In the year 614, Jerusalem was burning. The Persian army had broken through the city walls. Flames rose over the rooftops. Sacred places collapsed under the weight of invasion. In the chaos, a small group of monks fled the city, carrying a handful of relics they believed must never fall into enemy hands. Among them was a simple linen cloth stained, torn, and soaked in the final moments of a man's suffering. They carried it through smoke and fire, across deserts, across borders, across continents, Jerusalem to Alexandria, Alexandria to North Africa, North Africa to Europe. A journey of survival that lasted years. A journey that placed the cloth in the one place where it still rests today. Centuries later, a man walked into a cathedral. He arrived in northern Spain just after sunrise. The kind of morning where the air feels older than the day. The cathedral stood quiet, withdrawn, as if guarding something it didn't want disturbed. He stepped inside, expecting silence, expecting stone, expecting the usual stillness of ancient places. But what he didn't expect was the cloth behind the glass. It wasn't grand. It wasn't decorated. It wasn't glowing or framed like a treasure. It was small, stained, torn, and older than most nations on Earth. He moved closer, drawn by something he couldn't explain. The cloth looked fragile, like it had survived more years than it should. The stains were dark, uneven, chaotic. But the longer he stared, the less chaotic they became. The stains weren't random. They formed a direction, a flow, a pattern that suggested a face pressed against the fabric. In its final moments, he felt a chill, not fear, recognition. He had seen a pattern like this before. He stepped back, heart pounding, mind racing. The cathedral felt different now, heavier, charged, as if the air itself was holding its breath. He left quickly, almost stumbling out the door, rushed home, opened his laptop, typed one word, and everything changed. Sudarium. The Sudarium of Oviedo. A cloth kept in Spain for over 1,300 years. A cloth, tradition says, covered the face of a crucified man. A cloth carried across continents, protected through wars, invasions, fires, and centuries of silence. But the strangest part wasn't its age. It was its match. If you like stories like this, strange, quiet, and a little mysterious, you're in the right place. We post twice a week. Subscribe, and you'll be among the first to hear the next mystery. Scientists had already compared the Sudarium to another relic, thousands of miles away, the Shroud of Turin. And what they found didn't make sense. The blood type was the same. The flow direction, the same. The facial shape, the same. The wounds aligned, the angles aligned. The story written in blood aligned. Two cloths, two countries, two histories, one face. He stared at the screen, stunned. The Sudarium wasn't just similar to the Shroud, it was older, meaning the cloth with the face stain existed first, meaning the Sudarium recorded the moment of death, while the Shroud recorded what came after. The deeper he read, the stranger it became. The Sudarium stains showed two positions, one upright, one horizontal. The first stains formed while the man was hanging. The second, when the body was laid down. The cloth recorded movement, recorded suffering, recorded transition. It wasn't an image. It was a moment frozen in blood. He followed the trail of history. Jerusalem, North Africa, Europe. The Sudarium survived everything. It survived the fall of empires. It survived invasions. It survived fires that destroyed entire cities. It survived centuries where no one knew its value, except the ones who protected it. But the question is, why protect a simple blood-stained cloth? He dug deeper. royal inventories, ancient pilgrim accounts, cathedral archives, documents from the 600s, records from kings, notes from monks, testimonies from travelers who saw it centuries ago. The Sudarium had a history, a journey, a purpose, a weight, and yet almost no one talks about it. The shroud gets the spotlight. The Sudarium stays in the shadows, but the shadows hold their own mysteries. He returned to the cathedral days later. This time, he didn't rush. He walked slowly, deliberately, letting the silence settle around him. He stood before the glass again. The cloth looked the same, but he didn't. He now knew its story, its survival, its mystery, its alignment with another relic that shouldn't match it, but does. He whispered to himself, "What are the odds that two ancient cloths, carried across continents, protected for centuries, match this closely?" He didn't have an answer. No one does. Some scholars say the alignment is impossible. Others say it's too precise to ignore. Some say coincidence. Others say connection. Science doesn't settle this one. It complicates it. He stood there, staring at the stains, the angles, the flow, the shape. The cloth covered a face. A face in agony, a face pressed against fabric, a face that bled into the fibers. The Sudarium doesn't prove anything by itself, but it removes one objection. It removes dismissal. It removes the idea that these relics appeared randomly. It removes the idea that history is disconnected. If two ancient cloths match, separated by centuries, carried across continents, preserved through war, aligned in blood, aligned in wounds, aligned in shape, then the story behind them deserves attention. Not panic, not doctrine, not argument. Attention. Because some mysteries don't shout, they whisper. They wait. They survive. They speak through stains, not images. Through silence, not spectacle. The Sudarium of Oviedo is one of those mysteries. This is not a teaching. This is a cinematic exploration, a story, a moment, a mystery that invites reflection, not doctrine. Mystery, faith, history, brought to life in every story.